Hey guys. Eh, not really all that overly excited about you all being able to see the sides like that. I think I put this thing too far out. But unfortunately, I guess it's going to have to be one of those things that hopefully doesn't bother too many of y'all. All right, let me give me one moment. I'm going to go live on Facebook now. And got this all messed up. Man, I got both of them. Both of these are out of whack. All right, guys, there we go. Hey, happy Thursday. Had some stuff happen. I guess unless we're not living, we all have stuff that happens. But we had some interesting stuff that's happened over the last couple of days. I was supposed to have a video out Wednesday, and I'll tell you everything that happened there. Hey, Phyllis. Hey, Karen. Hey, Rob. Doesn't look bad. Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks for telling me that. All right, so listen, let's go ahead and talk about this. So on top of here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 grams of gold that I can see. I don't know if there's any more down in there or not. Plus, I need to take a tour around the other side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 500. That's noticeable. Obviously that's a small cup. So there could be I don't know. It could be. What was that? Buddha. Lynette, thank you so much for the 200 stars. Hey, Brian. Hey, Alan. Hey, Jane. Sharon. Kenneth. Matthew. Patty. Mary. Tiffany. Next. Tommy. Hopefully you all can pay to switch to Facebook, YouTube. Blurry? Really? YouTube is blurry. It might be because hopefully it's not because I got that thing that far out. That should fix it. All right, guys. So, oh, Misty saying it's clear. Okay. All right. Thank you, Misty. Yeah. Hi, Misty, Tara, Carla, Christopher, Rob, Bubble Bibble. I like that name. Robbie Brown, Joanne. All right, guys. So, all right. What did I say? 7, 8 grams of gold. $500 on top of this. I don't think that there's too much going on inside of that. I think it's a little too skinny. I will fill you in on last live stream too that I thought I got gypped. There was actually 2 500 chips inside the last live stream that was in there, but the downfall, it was kind of shoved up in that cup, and like he had to smack it to come out. And I was like, how do you expect me to get that out? And he said, well, I was thinking you might be able to win the cup. So we push it to the edge, and there's some places that it won't fall, and there's certain places that it actually will come down. So, it's just one of those, do I keep on going with it? Well, back in here again today is the the money bag. As I said, I don't have a lot of hope that I will be able to get that down, but you never know. We got two Dick's Sporting Goods, three Dick's Sporting Goods cards. That would have been nice to have when I went and initially got Bray's soccer stuff. And Best Buy, there's always something. Ever since Circuit City and Radio Shack and all those places went under, Best Buy is it, man. Unless you go on the internet. Mary, thank you so much. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, guys. So to pay to play today was $1,500. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Now I'm gonna tell you. In the past, I always say I can't be long because my wife. Well, tomorrow is Glenda's birthday, and I want to be home before midnight so I can wish her happy birthday. We do it every year to each other. It's a competition to see who gets to it first. So when I'm done here, there's usually about another half an hour worth of stuff that I have to do before I have to leave. Oh, so I'm gonna try to get done with. Thank you, Mary. With plenty of time. I ate something tonight that I haven't eaten in years. Sunflower seeds. They had the world. They had sunflower seeds that had Old Bay on it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get that. I want to see what Old Bay sunflower seeds taste like. And it was pretty good. I forgot how sunflower seeds can get all like really stuck up in your teeth. But yeah, it was pretty good. I got a piece of stick gum afterwards to kind of get the rest of it out. Gabe, thank you so much for the 50 stars. Oh, Gabe with another 50. Thank you so much. Man, that was a huge fall. I missed what that was, though. Thank you, Gabe. Gabe in again, and Jeff May with 100 stars. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I am a little late on the winners for PayPal for announcing the two other winners, and also for sending out the prizes for that, and I'll explain to you why. It's always interesting days. People are saying it's blurry now. I don't, honestly, the only other thing that I know to do is, let me see if I can move this a little bit closer in. Oh man, I'm missing. Maybe that will fix it. Joseph, thank you so much for the 50 stars. So I was coming home. Oh, that got pushed back really far. I was coming home the other night. I think it was the same night that I did the live stream. It was the night that I did the live stream. I was on my way home, and literally out of nowhere, everything started spinning. Let's see. Tony, thank you so much for the 50 stars. So I started getting dizzy, and it was enough where I had to pull off at a McDonald's and literally throw up, which is, I think as an adult, I've had more of a messed up stomach than when I was younger. I used to have an iron stomach, man. I never threw up. But very weird. So I got home with Linda, and everything was just spinning. Would not feel better. And I had an awful night. Oh! Alright, the cup is down, and all the hundreds luckily came out. There is some gold stuck in there still, but everything else pretty much came out, so that is awesome. Definitely want to continue to get that. I can't see if there's any money in there. I'm not 100% sure. So, anyways, I finally lay down, and sometime during the night, I do not remember, but sometime during the night, I apparently woke up and threw up on the floor and beside the bed. I don't remember it, but I know one thing, it was awful. Glenda woke me up and was like, my God, what happened to you? And I know this is kind of disgusting, but we have Storm, our puppy, and ever since Glenda woke up, Storm cognitive ability wasn't there. Like he was just out of it, and he was crying. I mean, I'm talking about non-stop crying, and this went on for like an hour. Then she finally woke me up. And Storm actually had our other shepherd crying because she was worried. Hold on, let me go collect real quick. So this goes on forever. Well, I get up, and he's doing the same thing with me. And we try to. He won't eat. He won't drink. He won't do nothing. He had a ball in his mouth, and he was just sitting there crying. Obviously, something's wrong. So this goes on for a little bit, and finally, I end up calling a vet. And this is like 5 o'clock in the evening at this point. And the vet said, "Yeah, you should bring him in, get some blood work, see if we can figure out what's going on." Well, we had to go to an emergency vet, which, my gosh, I've heard. I think I've been to one before, but it was pretty simple and it didn't cost a lot. But this new one that I went to, my gosh, just to walk in the door, you're looking almost $300. And so they did blood work on Storm, and they also did a scan of his stomach. And basically, but I say all that because I was afraid that he might have whatever was making me sick. He might have ate my puke. I know that's, but anybody has dogs, they know that dogs will eat just about anything, especially a puppy. And you know, I wasn't 100% confident what was making me feel that way. You know, whether it was my drink, you know, was it bad or something like that. So, long story short, it was an emergency vet, and we've seen one of the saddest things that I've ever witnessed in my life. While we were in the waiting room. Hold on, let me get out. But that. Hey Tony, I just seen if you want to say something about the link, but I think that Facebook's going to flag you. Just so you know, buddy, when they put links up for, I think YouTube isn't as bad, but Facebook will flag you. At least mine will, the way they got it set up. I'm not saying others do, but mine does. Just so you know, because if you put it up a couple times, I think it'll suspend you from the page. So anyways, this woman came in with her dog, and oh, thank you, Karen, for the 200 stars. That was so kind of you. Thank you. Her dog got hit by a car, and she was just head to toe covered in blood. It was so awful, and then she was just, it was awful. The whole situation was awful. And Storm was still with us at the time, and then he wasn't freaking out too bad because he was out of it. But after that happened, Storm was like really upset. Well, when they came and got him, he jumped up in our lap and he was like, nope, I don't know where you got me, but I'm not going back there. And apparently with emergency vets, they don't let you go back like a regular vet. But for them to, they came out about 15 minutes later, and I guess they called the woman back to say goodbye. The dog had passed away. And the lady that was working up front just had no personality. I mean, awful personality. Should not be working in the customer service field. So she was like, that'll be $300. Well, it was like 200, it was basically 300. What kind of urn do you want? Ashes be to you in a week, or like just no compassion whatsoever. But I heard for 15 minutes for them to come in, confirm death, it was almost $300. Now, granted, apparently you got the ashes and whatever their version of an urn is. So outside of me and Glenda being like so angry of how they were treating this lady, I'm like, oh my God, if that was $300, this is going to be expensive. Well, sure enough, it was right under $1,000 to find out that Storm's blood work was fine. There was something in his stomach that looked like it might have been having an issue digesting. He's not sure if that's what it was, but they gave him some stuff for it. Monitor, do what I'm doing, $1,000. But he was fine. When he came back, they brought him back out. He jumped up in our lap, and he was acting normal, and he's been acting normal since, thank God. But so that's what happened the following day, and I still was I still had been dizzy and just didn't feel right. I still to this day. So my cardiology teacher in college, which I knew him before, but we have got a friendship since when I was in school. He's came to my house and had a yard sale there, which is funny thinking about cardiologists doing yard sales, but I guess everybody does. So I sent him a message and told him what was happening, and he said that it's either your sinuses or you have an ear infection going on. So gave me some recommendations for that, but I'm starting to think I might have an ear infection, which is not hurting, but I've been noticing some drainage. It's just weird. Man, I am not that old. I'm 41, but things just keep happening, man. What is the deal? So I've been dealing with that basically for the past couple of days. So this is my first opportunity to come back up here. Yeah, Storm's doing a lot better now. He's back to the normal Storm. Oh. Yeah, very true, Victoria. I mean, that's true. I was doing an itemization of what some of the things that they were charging for, and working in medical field all those years, I got a pretty good idea of what things cost. A bag of saline was $100. A bag of saline does not cost $100. I could go and get them 10 bags right now. I know what they pay for them. I know what the county pays for them. Not $100. To do it, just things are so upcharged. That's where my thing gets frustrated, and it's no different between that or if you go to the emergency room. If you go to the emergency room and they put a Band-Aid on you, they're going to charge you about $100 for a generic Band-Aid, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm sure you all have seen it. That's just, I understand salaries need to be made and things like that, but at what point does it get ridiculous? I can understand you want to put a fee, $200 just for them to observe. I get it. It's got to pay for it. But when you start tacking on all the other stuff, it's somebody that's in a vulnerable situation. It's especially with pets, because most people don't have pet insurance. Very few people do, but most people don't. So it's not like us that you might have a deductible and just responsible for $100 of that. So that's where my thing gets in. But I understand the convenience part of it, and you're paying for the 24-hour access. But there's just, our medical field, believe me, it's in general, it's all the way around. They get you from the pharmaceutical companies. They get you from the prices, just all the way around. All the way around. I had a doctor friend of mine that literally almost went to jail because he was caught by the insurance company for doing free services for people that didn't have insurance, and almost went to jail. They pulled their affiliation with him, where he couldn't get anything with the regular patients from doing free, something that did not affect them whatsoever. So that's my thing. Other countries can manage to keep the cost of medical down, and then people say, well, we got so much better. Our hospitals and everything is so much better than other places. I think people say that and have no idea. They might have heard it on a thread somewhere. I've never heard that. I don't. That's made me sick. It's also made me sick when you take a patient in and they find out that a person has good insurance, that they run every test that they possibly can on you to try to get the bill up. And if you think doctors don't think about that, or that's not programmed in your head, then you've never worked around medical field. I mean, I will tell you that with the vet, the vet that was working, which is an amazing guy, he came in and asked us before we did it, this is going to cost this much, do you want to do it? But then I laughed at Glenda when we left, I'm like, do you like look at him and say, well, we love our dog, but we don't love our dog that much? Oh man, he might have eaten $1 keeping out for the change. Yeah, the vet said, he was like, I can't really tell what it is. He said he's got some distension, but he said I think the distension in his stomach might be because he was so nervous. He's like, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. And I told him, I said, you know what, I envy you, because first off, I have seen about almost everything that you can see in the medical field. I mean, there's things that just you shouldn't see. Even to the point, I was always the first person out of the unit. I was always, it didn't matter what partner I had or whatever it was, I was always the first person. Grab, jump back and go. And so I was always the first person that encountered. And I've had several times where people have literally brought their baby. We pull in and they're coming out of their front porch and no response from the child whatsoever, and just hand it. And immediately I go into provider mode, go into, you know, I'm not getting, you know, obviously that's just what you have to do. But when I seen them bring that dog in like that, that affected me. And I was thinking I couldn't do it. And the main reason why is, for the most part, unless it's a trauma, but trauma, you can usually visualize what's wrong or where you need to focus. Somebody can tell you, a person can tell you, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, I fell, I think I broke my arm. You know, they can tell you where you need to focus. You go through a chain of questions. You know, you do a small diagnostic approach to it. An animal can't really tell you anything. They can cry, like Storm was doing, but there's no idea. And that's what I told that vet. I said, I have so much respect for you, because that whole, you have to literally, like Dr. House, the whole experience here to figure out what's going on with them. And that's, I just couldn't do it. So I have the utmost respect for them. Oh man, Jane, I hate to hear that's awful. Jeez. Yeah, so I can't do animals. You know, just to me, especially, you know, most animals, but it's like most animals have this one job, and that is to make the owner happy. No matter what they're feeling like, no matter what the scenario is, they just love you. And that's what they want to do. And, you know, just that helplessness when something happens to them, they look at you like, I trust you, please help me. And it's awful. I can't, man. I'm an animal lover. I couldn't do it. Man, we're getting lower on these quarters. I don't know what's happening, man. That's what happens when I get big into conversation. But that's the reason why I was late on the video. That's the reason why I didn't get with everyone, because I was not feeling good, still not feeling the best, and then all that happened with Storm. How did this happen? Man, I must have been. See, that's why I can't talk and do this. Oh my gosh, it is 11:30. Wendy, thank you so much. All right, guys. Any other time, I'm sorry. I sat there and ran my pie hole throughout all of this. Truly sorry, but this is my wife's birthday. And we're out of quarters anyway, so that's all right. Let's do this real quick. I had no idea it was already 11:30. Man, that's why I can't talk and do things. I get lost in jabbering my jaws. I'm just going to have to take one for the team on this one. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 240, 340, 390, 390. I didn't even find out that those Dix cards are worth anything, and then 2 Dix cards. All right, guys. I've let my wife down too many times as of late. I can't. I'm not doing that now. So, listen. Thank you all so much. I kind of dropped the ball on this live stream. I talked and didn't focus, but I just wanted to tell you what was going on. And then I get fired up when I think about the cost of medical and just one of my things that I've seen observation wise, even to nursing homes when I used to do transport, all of it just so overpriced. But all right, guys, thank you so much. I have a video coming out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week on YouTube, so keep an eye out for that. But outside of that, everybody that with the auction and stuff like that, I will be getting with you over the weekend to get all that taken care of. And yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I don't think so. But all right, guys, have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for your understanding, your patience, and I will see you all this weekend. Thank you, guys. All right, YouTube family, have a great night, guys. Thank you. I'll tell Glenda. I'm going to tell Glenda what everybody said. Thank you, guys.